So how did you learn the business of science? Because like me, like understanding, like making my creative abilities, taking my creative abilities and turning it into a business and maintaining the business, it's two different things.
Okay, yeah.
See, I can excel at creativity, but as far as like having a business mind and being able to monetize it, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
How did you get into the business? How did you develop your business sense to stay in business for decades?
It's a couple different ways.
Yeah.
One of the ways, I had a mentor some of the times, and that's how I learned how to sell too. The guy was my pastor mentor. When I first started doing a lot of selling artwork,
yeah.
It was Pastor Bush. He would come by, Pastor Fine's picture. He said, "Well, Pastor, look here. Anytime a door open for me, it open for you." He said, "Somebody's calling me, want me to come down there and have an art show." He said, "Get you out, man. Let's get you out with it. Let's bring it on." And we'd go out there, and he'd get up there, and he'd sell it. And he was, to me, he was a good salesman to me.
Yeah.
And I just watched how he done some of it, and it just kind of like rub off on you. And then I'd go do it, and they buy it the same way they were buying it when he was going over it. But a lot of that, even when we went, when I first started doing limited edition prints, I wasn't familiar with that. Mm-hmm. But Pastor Bush came and said, "Pastor, let's ride down here and check this place. I painted this picture here, and I'm taking down there and have some limited edition prints." And I'd go with him. And when he get his limited edition prints made, then I paint mine, and I take mine down and get my limited edition prints made. And you just really do the same thing. It's really pretty much the same way we did with apprenticeship at the work down there.
Yeah.
It's the same way it happens in ministry too. Mm-hmm. You hang with the elder minister, and you should learn what the other minister and be able to go on from there. That's really what's supposed to happen. Right. But the other thing I did is I read a book one time. It was about this guy, they call him Robert, I don't say his name right, it's like the Kiyosaki or something like that. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Okay. I heard you familiar with that? Yeah. Well, one thing that I learned when I was listening to him, I read lots of business books. Mm-hmm. And see, this is one of the key things that I learned from him. He wrote a book, and it was the best-selling author. He became one of the best-selling authors. Yeah. And in his book, this lady, she loved writing, mm-hmm. and she wanted to learn from him. She asked him, "What kind of advice would you give me so I can become a best-selling author like you?" Yeah. And he told her, "What you need to do is study selling." Mm. And she said she don't like selling. And she didn't want to do that. She said, "I like writing." And he said, "Yeah, I'm telling you now. You asked what advice I can give you." That's right. "I'm telling you now, study selling." Okay. She said, "I don't like that. I don't like that at all." He said, "Well, you're a best-selling." He said, "You're right. I am the best-selling author, but I'm not the best author." Okay. But I learned how to sell. Mm-hmm. And to me, that stood out to me because I always heard about these starving artists. Right. They're starving artists because they're good at art, but don't know how to sell. But the reality of the matter is, if you're gonna be successful, you better learn how to sell. You better learn how to sell. Yeah, and there's many things you can read and learn about selling. It's foolish, really, not to, if you're gonna be in business and don't study selling. That's so, right. To me, you gotta study selling. You gotta study people skills. You gotta do all that. Mm-hmm. It's not just. It's like I read to this too.
Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the show, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, share.